EA Games.
Harry Potter's first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry was very eventful indeed. Along with his friends Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, Harry had managed to defeat Lord Voldemort, the greatest dark sorcerer of all time. But now Harry was back at number 4 Privet Drive. He was often locked in his room, and even though he was a wizard, he couldn't escape because he wasn't allowed to use magic. Then, one evening towards the end of the summer holidays, a house elf named Dobby appeared. Dobby warned Harry not to return to Hogwarts.
Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. If Harry Potter goes back, he will be in mortal danger. There is a plot, Harry Potter, a plot to make most terrible things happen.
Dobby disappeared, and shortly after, Ron Weasley and his brothers Fred and George arrived in a flying Ford Anglia to rescue Harry from his prison. Harry told them all about Dobby's warning.
Very fishy. I reckon old Dobby was sent as someone's idea of a joke. Can you think of anyone at school with a grudge against you?
Draco Malfoy.
Eventually, they landed at Ron's house, the Burrow.
Touchdown!
Ron's mother, Molly Weasley, marched across the yard and came to a halt in front of them. She didn't look pleased.
Bed's empty, no note, car gone. Out of my mind with worry.
It seemed to go on for hours, and Mrs. Weasley had shouted herself hoarse before she turned to Harry.
Very pleased to see you, Harry, dear. Ronald Weasley, I thought I asked you to stop that ghoul from making such a racket. He's still dropping pipes over the attic floor. It's driving me mad.
Come on, Harry, let's go.
And they did.
Thanks, Harry. We call it the Burrow. Come on, Harry. If the ghoul has locked the attic door again, we've got to try and find another way in. I see Dad has placed some crates in the garden. Why don't we use them to climb up onto the roof and then into the open attic window? Seeing you've been stuck at the Dursleys for so long, you can... Right, we need to calm down the ghoul. He's banging and dropping pipes and it's driving Mum mad. Use your directional buttons to move the chest. Try and catch 60 pipes before they land on the floor and make a terrible racket. Right, Harry, let's get to it.
Boys, will you stop that awful racket up there?
worry. That'll shut him up for a while. Thanks for helping with the ghoul.
Ah, that's much quieter. Now I need you boys to denome the garden for me. Go find Mr. Weasley. He's by the shed messing about with non-magical junk.
Right, let's go find Dad. Hey, look! Ginny's over by the Puffskein patch. Why don't you go and chat to her? She's been a bit shy lately. I wonder why. I'm off to see what Dad's up to.
Hello, Harry. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ginny. I'm just looking after a Puffskein, making sure that Fred and George don't use it as a bludger when they play Quidditch. Guide the Puffskein over to the bushes and it'll eat them, revealing every flavour beans that you can collect. Beans can be used to buy famous witches and wizards cards from Fred and George at Hogwarts. If you guide the Puffskein over to the bushes, it'll eat them, and you may be able to find a famous witches and wizards card. Whenever you get a wizard card, it is put into your Folio Magi. Press the select button. This will show you the Folio Magi and the wizard cards you've collected at that point. There are two types of famous witches and wizards cards: the silver cards and the 4 special gold founder cards. Here's a famous witches and wizards card.
Felix Summerby.
Best find Ron, Harry. He's gone off to see Dad, I think. It's this way.
Hello, Harry. I'm Arthur Weasley. I was wondering if you'd help me denome the garden. It's just through the gate, but you'll need the denoming gloves to grab the gnomes. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost them under all this junk. Use your Wingardium Leviosa spell to charm and move the junk. Holding the X button levitates each piece of junk. Use your directional buttons to move the junk about, and press the triangle button to drop it onto the rocks and break the junk up. Could you charm them and drop them onto the rocks, please? Maybe we can find those gloves. I know I left them round here somewhere.
Remember, Harry, it's just like the charms class last year. Better find the denoming gloves. We can't denome without them. Lift up the crates and then drop them on the rocks below. Wingardium Leviosa!
That's right, Harry. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa!
That's right, Harry. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Well done, Harry. Nice work. You found the denoming gloves. Here they are.
Thanks for helping Dad out, Harry. You've also learnt how to charm objects. I'm sure that will come in very handy. The sooner we denome the garden, the sooner we can get some sleep. I'm exhausted. Time to put these denoming gloves to good use. Mum wants us to throw these gnomes over the fence and into that field of Dad's non-magical junk to fling a time-highest score. That was really good fun. Do you want to play again?